It's Coffee back with a quick NFL update, man. So last night during my live, Jay Millie was good, bro. I misunderstood him. He said, Coffee, what do you think about the Chargers getting in the playoffs? I thought he was asking. You know what I mean? I didn't realize that they clinched that playoff spot. As you see, Chris Brown, you know, sports media tweeted here, I did get ahead of myself here. The division playoff berth for AFC South is still open, so 2 spots left. But he means only one wild card spot left. And you see, he says, with the Chargers clinching a playoff spot Monday night, there's just 1 spot left in the AFC, and it's pretty crowded down there. Bills. And yes, still at number one in the conference, Bills at 12-3. KC to obviously Cincy, who we play Monday. Game of the season, guys. This is huge. Jump in the comments with your takes on that game. Like, this is it, man. As I keep pointing out, and as the Bills put out in their own message, welcome to Buffalo, right? The playoffs, that home field advantage is always everything. But just with everything going on right now, Buffalo having the storm of the century or whatever you want to call it, being buried in snow this cold ass winter. Imagine the playoffs running through Buffalo. Obviously the first round bye, but second round, divisional round, and conference championship teams having to come to Western New York. The real frozen tundra, as it seems, right? It just be so fitting for the Bills to run the table and get that ring in an Arctic playoff atmosphere. It'd be wild. But there, the Chargers are clinching that number 6 spot. As he stated, though, the AFC South divisional race still up for grabs. Jacksonville, 7-6, the number 4 spot because they are first in the AFC South. And then who would be second place? Tennessee at 7-6. And then Tennessee also in the mix for that second wild card spot, where Miami sits still at 8-7. But obviously, we know with Tua, that situation. I haven't seen an update yet. Comment for any that did. Like, not looking good for Miami. Again, I've been trolling the Fins fans all season. As our rivalry has really heated up this season. They were talking their ish. Jets fans too, but we've seen as things progressed on. Bills clinched that division. The AFC East still runs through Buffalo. But I don't know. Miami not looking it's not looking too good for them. I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think. But let's see. We got one response in here. Let's see what they're talking about. Or not one response, many more. What the hell? Oh, I really think the NFL should change the seedings, best 7 records to playoffs, period. That's been something that's been discussed for the longest time. When you got a weak division, the team gets in there at an under 500 record at times. A quick story for all my Bills fans. You guys may remember 2004, Drew Bledsoe's last year with the Bills. We started out 0-4, dropping, or was it either 0-3 or 0-4? Finished the season out 9-7. Obviously, wasn't good enough to get us in the playoffs, as we didn't break the playoff drought until 2017 or 18 or whatever. Tyrod Taylor's last year in Buffalo. Still crazy to look back on that game, man. Marching the ball all the way down to the 1 and not getting in the end zone and losing like 9-3 or 10-3 or 8-3 or whatever it was. That game was crazy, man. It's funny to think that was Blaine Gabbert back then too. Where is he now? Backing up one of these teams. I think he's actually played this season because of injuries. But the point was, we smashed and mashed on the Vikings that season and the Rams. And I feel like both those teams in the NFC, one of them got in at 7-9 and one got in at 8-8. You know what I mean? And like, what was it? Pete Carroll's first year, 2010. Was that his first year as the Seattle Seahawks coach? When the Bills, we traded Lynch to Seattle, like week 4 or 5 or whatever, him coming off that suspension, running over a tourist on Chippewa down there in Buffalo. Like, and obviously one of the most amazing, electrifying playoff touchdowns plays ever, the Beast Quake. I just found out that that was called that when he stiff armed the whole New Orleans Saints team. But nonetheless, they got in that division that year at like 7-9. You know what I mean? And we're seeing that right now also in the NFC South with Brady's Buccaneers, either 500 or just under 500. The current top team in the division is just wild, you know. But I don't know. Division's got to mean something. I don't know. It is what it is. But just thought I'd tap in with this Chargers lockup, then playoff spot. One, well, actually, still two more technically up for grabs in the AFC playoff picture. Comment everyone out there. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching this coffee. I'm gone, y'all. Peace.